Mayflom here, and a while back I did this rainbow and super fun, but I wanted to try a little different style. So I made this one with a wooden rainbow and all the pieces are separate. And I added stamping to it, painted it, had fun time making it. So I thought, I had so much fun making this, and I do have video footage, so why not share with you how to do it, how to make it. Let's go. So here you have all of the pieces painted or partially painted. I just applied the paint. There was absolutely nothing special about that part of it. But what I did do is decide that the front, the back, the top, the whole thing really needs to be painted and covered. So the pink one, as you can see, was raw on the underside. We're fixing that. We're going to paint that up. But what I'm going to do before I go any further is sand, and I'm just sanding away from the front. So I'm just on those edges, just roughing those edges up nicely and just going color by color and repeating the process. As you can see, it makes a good amount of dust. So that's just something to be aware of. And what I'm liking about scraping the paint away from this is it adds just kind of an age distressed look. And I mentioned before, or maybe I haven't mentioned it yet, I'm going to be sealing this when I'm all done, which I think will help preserve it and really keep it super nice. And the sanding process, you can see the before and after, it just adds, so it's showing a little bit of the wood underneath, and it's also allowing me, if I had any paint spots that were a little icky or anything, it allows me to remove them. And again, as I said before, you can see that pink on the inside is not painted, and it looks so much nicer when you paint all the sides. Patience is your key on the painting. You're just going to want to put a layer of paint down, walk away, let it dry, come back later. But it's really, honestly, a super fun and easy project as long as you have the patience to continually walk away and come back and do the next part. Speaking of the next part, I had thoughts about putting felt hearts on it or buttons on it, but I ended up liking it so much plain with the stamps that that's all I'm going to do. And as you can see here, I'm just using dye ink and a tiny heart stamp, and I'm stamping hearts all over the purple. My vision is I'm just going to stamp a different stamp with a different color of dye ink, similar to the color that I painted that particular piece of the rainbow. And I'm just going to stamp all over. And this little tiny heart stamp is actually going to show up again. It'll just be alongside some other stamp. Now this one says love, and I'm just stamping it all over. And you might notice when I get into the little bit bigger stamps, I do not worry about if that stamp is going over the edge or only partially stamping. That's okay. I am just going bit by bit, and yes, we're in fast forward here, but you can see how easy this is. What I love about this, I'm making a wood rainbow. This could be a door hanging, this could be a canvas project, this could be a lot of different projects that you are using stamping on. And I love that expansion of how my stamps work, what works well for my stamps. I absolutely love everything about that. So we're onward. You see how fast I'm going here. Just next, and stamp on. So I'm just using, again, different wooden stamps and stamping away. Now I did let these set out for about, it ended up being a couple of days before I went back to touch them and see if they looked good or not. But I love the results. So all you really need for this is acrylic paint and some kind of stamping ink to stamp the little stamps on. And sanding tool would be great because, as you can see, the edge is distressed. I like the look of it. Now, I do intend to use some kind of a clear sealant so that everything is all sealed in. Although I have to say, it's been like 2 weeks since I actually painted this, and nothing is rubbing off. When I'm rubbing this, I'm not getting any color on my fingers. Well, there's color on my fingers from another project, but I'm not getting any color on my fingers. I'm not having any problems with it, so it doesn't need it, I don't think. I just feel like that would help make it last. So if you've used any kind of sealant on wood projects, you'll have to let me know. What do you use? What do you like? I'm also, here comes summer. I can tell because I'm like, it's hot up here in the studio. Studio is the hottest room of the house in summer and the coldest room in the house in the winter. Of course it is. So here comes summer, and I am really into projects like this where I could have taken this outside. So I could take this outside and create, I could take it on the go. I'm also working on some stuff on the go for different videos, things like documenting memory keeping on the go, embroidery on the go, scrapbooking on the go, all kinds of fun stuff like that, because fully vaccinated here, yay, and heading out of the house more. So I want to bring all that crafty goodness with me and do more with it. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this little project. I gotta tell you, it was super fun to make and just super happy, easy, no stress kind of creating. And I love making rainbows that aren't necessarily the rainbow order you would expect. You know, maybe there's no red or orange or even yellow in my rainbow, and that's okay too. I hope you have a great week. Thank you so much for coming by and tuning in. I'll see you next time.